warning you for the last couple of days, really, how unsafe this cold air can be for us, but it's also unsafe for our pets.
That's right. It's not all fur for those fur babies. Senior health correspondent Monica Robbins and her fur baby, Fergus, joining us from their warm home to give us some tips on what we all need to remember in temperatures like these. Monica, I really wish you would not abuse your dog the way you are right now. It's just terrible.
I know.
Exploitation.
I know. You know, I know. But he's such a camera ham, and he loves this. And ever since he was a puppy, every winter, we bring him out just to say, if it's too cold for you, it is too cold for your pups. Even if, and that goes for pups and kitties and any other pet you have, because you know what, even though he's a snow dog, the elements that are out there right now, even something like this guy who's full of fur, you know, can't handle a lot of time in this kind of weather because it puts him at risk for frostbite and hypothermia as well. And I want you to understand something. Humane officers are already out answering calls of animals that are being left in the cold. And remember, you can face misdemeanor charges that could include fines and jail time if you don't protect your pets from the harsh weather. So make sure any outdoor shelters that if you do leave your pets outside, they have to be raised off the ground. They have to be covered with the tarp. They have to be filled with straw, not blankets, which could get wet unless, of course, they're heated. You need to have a heated water bowl to prevent freezing. And if your pet is shaking or moving their feet up and down, you got to get them indoors. And if they're laying for too long, even somebody like Fergus, they can literally freeze to the ground. So another tip you got to remember, keep the walks short. That's for both you and your pet. And the salt that's on the ground, you want to wipe their paws when you get them inside. And also you want to use something like a bag balm on their paws. This can prevent cracking on the bottom of their pads. You know, he gets this every so often. He doesn't like it so much. And then he might lick it off too. He likes to do that occasionally. Sit down, buddy. You know, that prevents the cracking on their pads too, because that salt, you don't want to get the salt in there. He tends to get in there and lick the salt off. That is not healthy. The other thing you want to do is trim the fur between their pads because they tend to get snowballs. And then if they're licking the snowballs, they're probably licking the salt. So those are just a few things you want to remember about your fur babies. Mainly right now, just keep them inside. I'm not making this up. John and I are in here. We asked Fergus if he wanted to go out for a little bit in between live shots, and Fergus basically gave us the paw and said absolutely not. He doesn't even want to be outside.
A hard pass.
I'm not making that up. So yeah, hard pass. He had no interest in going out.
Well, it's incredible. I mean, Fergus looks like more polar bear than dog, to be honest, but he's a beautiful creature. You had mentioned, Mon, about some folks being cited for animal cruelty. Is that the same as Goddards Law that we've heard so much about?
You know what? Actually, no. So Goddards Law, you have to prove that somebody intended to cause significant harm to an animal. So that's a difference. So what I was talking about was basic cruelty to animals.
Yeah.
So yes, you can still face charges for cruelty to animals. Goddards Law is when someone intentionally causes significant harm to an animal. But a lot of these, you know, can be fuzzy, and it can depend on the judge, it can depend on the jury, it can depend on the prosecutor, and we've got a lot of animal lovers out there. And something else I want to remind people, if you see somebody who left their animal out, and especially in weather like this, call your local animal control officer, call your humane officer, let them know, because mainly they want to go out and educate these folks. You can't leave your pets outside in weather like this. You just can't.
All right. Great advice, Mon. Our best to you and Fergus.
Give him some more kibbles.